a bit about my background. I studied geology for my first degree and worked about 10 years in the oil and gas industry. Lived in Scotland, and the job was there, supporting people going onto the field, and it was quite good until there was a bust in the industry, and then I had to move down south, UK, and start living in England. Then I found I couldn't really find jobs around oil and gas anymore. So it was more of IT, and I was supporting developers, testers, in their work. But I found that I was able to do the management part of the work, but the understanding the work that needed to be done was quite a bit of a challenge for me. So they would explain to me over and over again what they were doing, and it was there for about 3-4 years. I just kept kind of struggling on and kind of winging my way through things. And eventually, I decided to go for a master's degree in cybersecurity management. I thought, that would do it for me, really. What else would Nigerians like to do more than, just getting, all the certifications in. So I did a master's, and but when I finished the course, I still couldn't. I knew all the definitions. I knew, and if you ask me things, I could tell you what, answer, what it was. But there was still that knowing, that Wally mentioned at the end of, his talk, that there is, the bit about knowing what to do, And also my background, I've been working as a freelancer. So, I don't work as a permanent staff. So there's no room for, getting to a job and learning on the job. So I have to always get to a job and have my solutions, in place. So I was having a bit of challenge in that. So there's this Sunday about 2019, around September, October, and I was just like, thinking about what to do. I got on my phone, started searching online, and I found SmartLearning. And I read about, online, I just read about everything, and I thought, this is what I need, And I knew no one would pick, but I called and I left a message. I even, a voice message, and then, left a message online, get back to me as soon as, I was kind of, desperate to, when I read about, what the offering was, I thought this is what would do it for me to get to the next level in my career. I spoke with Wally the next day. Wally called, and I think the course had started about a week. The cohort then had started a week, and I said, just send me the videos of last week. I will join. I don't have to wait till about 3 months or like. I just want to start right now because I was really hungry to get into cybersecurity. It's a booming industry. It's vast. Look at the slide you've got right now. There's so much. Just pick one of the boxes and you'll be good in it. So I went on to the course, and I tell you, I've done a master's degree, but the way the tutoring was, I told myself, I said, why did I waste a whole year on a course? If only I'd seen this, website, I would have done this first. Even if I would have done the master's degree later on, this should have come first for me. It's just, the whole training, the whole, the experience. It's not just, when you go on a training and someone is defining, define a bucket, define different things. It's experience that comes in, when someone is describing a scenario, that, this person speaking to me, say Ola, for example, he knows what he's talking about. He's done this scenario. The way he says, oh, my boss or the people, I'm working with, we had this kind of challenge, and this is what we did, A, B, C, D. You hardly find that, on different training platforms. And also before I found SmartLearning, I'd joined EDX, I joined Linda, I joined EDEP, you just name it, but it was all the same. But finding SmartLearning was just so different. And I remember calling Wally at some point and said, why didn't I find this website? Why did I even, do so much research? And he said, oh, well, this is the right time for you, and that's why you're here. So I did the courses. And another thing I liked about the training was, apart from the way it was facilitated, just think about it. When you go on a course, they say 5 days cybersecurity learning, 5 days. What can you learn? Look at the slide. Can you learn all of this in 5 days? No, you can't. But you get this, 5 days, you pay so much money, and then you come back and you still feel so bereft. But because of the way everything was split, so you get like 3 days or 4 days with a particular trainer, and they take you in one aspect, train you, you do the practical side, and pen testing. I don't pen testing at the uni, but when I did pen testing here, I really understood, what it meant. Like, okay, this is exactly it. So another thing I like about the training is very, very open. No question is too basic.
Yeah.
To take the time to explain things to you. If you need more resources, if you need more links to an explanation, you come back the next day and then you ask the trainer, that question. And like I said, you can feel immediately, the level or the depth of experience that the trainers are bringing on board, and they know what they're talking about, and they've had real life experience and on the job experience. And so after the training, we had the opportunity to work on projects as well, which was another eye opener. It just felt like you having like a IT, or what do they call it in Nigeria? Industrial attachment, where you work.
Yeah.
That is just so it's not like, oh, that's a project, you read about it and then you go, you actually work on the project. So we had about 8 different projects, and I was greedy. I think I chose about 3 projects. Yeah, I just wanted everything. I just wanted to be involved in all because the hunger in me then, but I ended up just doing 2. Because, and this is, like I said, it's not just you being on the project. They were actually hands-on, so you have to go find out about things and then join your teammate and make presentation to Ali. And it was quite involved as well. So you can't wing your way past this. You have to know what you're talking about well, and then it gives you this bit also about being with a team and looking for solutions to your project, what you can bring to the project, which is very, very good. And also, once we did that, or while we were doing that, we had the CV mentoring as well. Which, I mean, you pay so much to get CV done. I don't even think you get mentoring for CV like that. Or even, they review your CV for you and tell you what to take out. You get slides on how to design a TV. It's just like, even that alone is just worth so much money to me. But they take you through that, if you're interested in, say, cybersecurity risk, for example, how you can go about setting up your CV and, designing it and making it look a lot presentable. And also the content of your CV as well, before you start looking for work. And once you start searching for work, you get, once you join the WhatsApp group, you get like a lot of people sending like available jobs, that you can apply to, and then you can go online as well. And, if you get any job and you get an interview, then you come back to Wally and the team and they help you with interview preparation. And interview preparation is not just what is your name and, not like that. It is like you going for an interview. They ask you questions and you go back and think, oh, okay, I'm just going to, read more on this aspect, because they've asked you questions that they would actually ask you at the interview. That will help you to prepare. I had so much help with that, And so it's not just that bit as well. So they do the training, that interview for you, and then you have to come back again and represent or redo a bit of it. And we shared stories on WhatsApp about people saying, oh, it seems as if Wally and everyone on the interview team actually they knew the questions that would be asked of you at the interview. A lot of people say that. And I've been, in interviews as well, and I just go like, seems like they spoke with Wally before, before they actually advertised the job, and they coach you, how to speak, how to, things like that. If there's anything lacking, And another thing about this bit is you will be amazed on how many people are willing to help you on one interview. Not all, like you get an interview and like 4 people, 5 people, I'm like, and the next day they're there, the next day and you're thinking, wow, and it's all part of, the payment, and you're thinking, wow, this is, you never get this anywhere, and you get an interview, you pass an interview, and then you get on the job, and they're always, there to help you as well. You call, oh, I need, a policy, passport policy, for example, or what do I, if someone needs a passport policy, how do I go about it? One, they've taught us about that, but, if you need like a template, you get people from the WhatsApp group, sending you a template, or asking you more questions, or, just generally having that support behind you. So it's not just you being at a place of work, but you knowing that even if you're stranded or if you need some more clarification on any aspect, you know that you can always come back to SmartLearning, and, there's always everyone, who would listen to you, and try to help you out. And I'll leave you with this. So when I was thinking about this morning, I thought, the way you think about this course, the SmartLearning, and, your usual typical learning experience will be, if you imagine a foreigner trying to study something like culture in Nigeria, wants to study the Nigerian culture. So he'll probably get some books, he knows about, and then the book tell him, or maybe it would do like a course, and they'll tell him, oh, they've got 288 languages in Nigeria, the landmass is this, the president was that, they tell him everything about that. In a way, if he graduates, he knows something about Nigeria. But when you compare another person who decided to go live in Nigeria for, say, even a month and try to understand how people live there, you can't compare the two experiences. He knows, the person who lived in Nigeria will know so much more about the culture, the people, why people are the way they are, more than someone who just read, a book or, took an online program. And so I leave you with this, when you come to SmartLearning, it's not about learn and go. It's about you being part of a family, part of, an organization that just wants you to succeed, and that's it, like, be the best, so that, at some point you can come and, encourage other people like me, and, and just, people, they're just people willing to help you to succeed in, whatever you decide to do in cybersecurity. Yeah, so,
wow.
yeah. So if you've got any questions, yeah, I mean, I'll